Hello, Natalie. I am pretty good. I am actually having like a really nice morning, and I got up at a reasonable time and had coffee, and I feel pretty good. So, how are you? Also, my neighbors are like cutting down a bunch of trees, so that's gonna be fun to listen to in the background. I also think I want to do different playlists in this one. Um, they added so many new songs. Oh my gosh. Hey, not special is fine. It's all about as long as things are at least, chill. I hate when my neighbors cut down trees. I get it if the tree has like a disease or something, it needs to go. But like, I was so sad one day to walk out and my other neighbors cut down like these two giant, like, they're like not like huge redwoods, but they were really big for like a neighborhood. And they were like heritage trees. And I just came out one day and they're both gone, and I'm like, wow, how could you do such a thing? Why would you cut down these big beautiful trees? All these things are the same color. Nice. Okay. Creaking on the mic. There we go. I'm really bad at knowing if my levels are good. I think this is supposed to be like ideal for voice, and then this is better for music. Maybe? How do I do this? All right, perfect. You're just in time. I'm literally just kind of still setting everything up to make sure that all sounds good. And I don't know why almond milk makes me cough. Maybe I'm like slightly allergic to almonds, but it's okay. Hola, Ellie. And is it Pink Rockster? I'm like so blind. This monitor is so bright and pretty, but like it is so blurry when it comes to freaking reading names that are super small, that are like that soft gray on a slightly darker gray background. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So, yesterday we finished up the top one. So, now we're just going to pretty up the bottom ones. We'll start with this one. And I apologize to Natalie first, but there's a lot of noise in my background from my neighbors like cutting down trees and doing stuff. So if you hear like loud construction sounds, that's what that is. Hopefully it's not too loud. My mic's pretty good, but I think if I'm not talking, it'll decide to pick up anything in the background a little extra, maybe, but we'll see. Okay, good. You finished something? You can totally share it in here, by the way. I don't know if it'll like let you put links. I've dug all over how to like edit the chat in here, but there just aren't a lot of options for me. But if you like put a link to something, I can like accept it. I think that works too. If you want to share, no pressure. But I like looking. Animating? Oh my god, I always crave animating, but I don't have Photoshop anymore to do that with. But I think you can do it on Clip Studio, if people were telling me that. I know you can do it on Procreate now too. Or you may have always been able to, but you can do it a little better now. Krita? Is that free or cheap? Does it work similar to like Photoshop where you just kind of animate your frames and then you can make a GIF out of it? Or does it have like an actual animation like engine to it? Hi, Jenna. Ooh, okay, I'll check that out. You know, I could just be like on Google and ask like free animation software, and I'm sure those kind of things will pop up, but sometimes they don't, so. Simple, that's good. I like simple. Most programs nowadays do a good job of being like pretty intuitive, but sometimes I open up something and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know where to begin. Like with DaVinci, the app I use to edit my videos in, it was so overwhelming at first, but that's probably because I did so little video editing in my life. But you know, just a couple videos of like how-tos and I feel pretty good with it, so. It has animations like hidden in it, like it's not intended for that, but you can do it. That's pretty cool. I heard people like can make GIFs with Psy as well, but I think they're like saving things as GIFs with like the individual layers stacked up. I don't know how they do it, but too complex for me to want to bother with. Yep, it's awesome though. Like honestly, once you like give it that fair shake, totally fine. I've been using it all summer and I feel really confident with it now. To the point where it's like I know what I need to do with it, and so now I'm like delving into the more fun edits, you know, with like I quickly go over to like another image or pop something in, have something fade in with different effects and layer sound and stuff. You know, be a little adventurous with more than just 2 layers in my my video. And I don't know, now I feel a lot better about just looking up how to do things on there. I always hate feeling like overwhelmed with a program right off the bat though. Like I don't even know where to begin. I've never used Adobe Premiere. I've used so many Adobe products, but I've never ever used a Premiere. And I see like amazing things that people make with it, so kinda envious. I don't know if you said it already, but who did you draw? You mean like for this, or are you asking someone else for what they did earlier today? It's okay. I wasn't sure because I think it was Natalie said that oh no, it was Pink Rockstar that said that they drew something today. I am drawing my Fallout 4 New Vegas character. It's like a raider character because she can be very weirdly expressive. So it's kind of me, you know, practicing expression slash creating a expression board as an example on my commission sheets if people are interested in getting an expression board. Plus, I don't really get to draw my own characters too often, and I've been watching my friend play Fallout recently, so I'm like super in the mood to reminisce about my old Fallout characters. Wow, hello, Strop Sky and Angelina. I am using Paint Tool Sai 2. I don't know how you feel. I also don't know if this happens to you, but recently I made something and someone did nearly the exact same thing, so it was kind of bumming out. No, don't feel bad about that. I mean, I totally feel that. I've had that happen before too. Like, oh my gosh. I'm super guilty of like imagining like designs for things that I want to do, like maybe a shirt or a sticker, and then you know, not sketching it out, thinking I'll get to that some other time, and then I see one that's like that someone makes that's pretty close to what I was thinking about doing, and I'm like, dang it. And I'm like, maybe I subconsciously saw like their original sketch at one point and just forgot about it, and that's what I was remembering when I was envisioning something. But no, I feel that. But share it anyway. Yeah, but you never know if, like, you know, even if they're similar, people are gonna like, you know, one over the other for whatever little reasons. And so it's like, especially if you're gonna like sell something, like I'm super picky when I'm looking for certain things. So it's like I like, you know, my space stuff and holographic things, and I'll look through so many designs on Etsy, and it's like I have to compare and contrast so many because I'm just so picky that I'm like, which stickers do I want to get? Even though they, you know, to most people would look exactly the same in the style. It's like the nuances that really get me. I'm afraid of commenting to long comments because my keyboard's comma is broken. Yes, I feel that. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Don't worry, I won't judge you for your lack of commas. Our brains are all connected. We're a very hive mind. Hold on one second, my friend just messaged me. The one that wants to play Fallout. So if he's asking if I want to watch it, tell him later. Don't play without me. Okay. I'm a huge Fallout fan, and I've played the games to heck and back, and I miss, like, you know, it's one of those things where you play a game so much you wish you could wipe your memory of it, because every time I like restart it, I'm like, I know exactly everything that happens in the game, and so I get kind of bummed out. And even if I get mods, it's still like kind of hard to want to start a new game. And so my friend who's never ever played any of the series or any game similar to by the same company has I got the games for him, and I'm like, just stream it to me while you play, because it's just as good as me like starting over with a blank memory. And it's so great. I'm loving watching him play it and reliving my first experience through it, watching him do everything. Trying to be flexible is my to-do skill right now. Like widening your or trying to be flexible in the way you're speaking without commas. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean with art? This is a very fast-moving conversation. I'm like mostly paying attention to it with art. Yeah, no, it's good. Because at this point, like, you're just challenging yourself to do everything, right? No more school. You're just, you're your own school. You know, it was like a really good exercise for me that I like super recommend to people, especially if they want to get better at like painting and maybe painting backgrounds specifically. Or like doing like any kind of color work, is copying photos of like landscapes that have really interesting and maybe even foggy atmospheric lighting, and like just trying to replicate the entire look by eye, not with color picking or anything, but just like color picking with your eyes and replicating it. Because I got so good with eyeballing colors, but also just like seeing how colors blend off of one another. I don't know, like it was a really good exercise, and I only did like maybe 10 of them, and I feel like I learned a lot from just those 10. Thank you. She's just kind of starting up right now, but she'll get there. Do you have a beer? That's absolutely what she's thinking. Also, hi, Maddie. And that's... Oh, I almost thought Strop was here, but Strop has been here. I need help with my line art and shading skills if you have any tips. Line art, it's hard to like give tips on that. A lot of that just comes from drawing a lot, I guess. It's like the best way to help ease up your hand. Like, don't draw too hard and get more comfortable with a lighter hand so that you could do line art more carefully without hurting yourself. Because, man, you can definitely hurt yourself if you draw a lot of line art. But if you're using any kind of like, you know, halfway decent art program, it should have a stabilizer, like this menu up here. I don't know if that's showing up on the stream or not. But if you have it like somewhat higher up, it helps smooth out a lot. Like if I have it even higher than this, there's like a delay to when I do a stroke. And if I draw fast, it like tries to just keep up by making the line super smooth. So if I'm like drawing a circle or any kind of like swirly pattern, it, you know, it keeps relatively clean. I don't go to the highest setting because it's too slow for me, but like this one helps. If I were to go a lot lower, like a 6, I feel like it picks up these little things that my wrist does that I don't pay attention to. So this is nice. It helps me, you know, my wrist take a break. I like the parentheses commas. You know, it is. And I think like the shake to the line thing is really nice with like certain people's styles. If I'm doing something a little more edgy and dark, I might like it more, but for the most part, I think my style looks better with something a little bit more creamy smooth. But I'm also guilty of drawing way too hard and like, you know, making my wrist tired. So having it do half the work for me is really nice if I'm drawing for hours. My tablet is a Wacom Intuos Pro, but I had an Intuos 4 for like, man, almost 10 years. I think like 8 years. And I love that tablet so much that when it finally died and I got the Pro, I was thinking it would be just like the 4, if not better. And honestly, I hate the pen so much on the Pro compared to the 4. That's a personal taste thing. I'm not dissing it completely because some other people might love it, but I'm just really, really glad that the Wacom pens work across like pretty much all their boards. So I'm using the pen from my 4 on the pad for the Pro. So I'm using 2 different things for the one answer. If you're just starting with digital art, it's okay. It's hard to like answer this because these are really big investments. So it's one of those things where if you're able to get your hands on a used one, of any, or like just a cheap tablet in general, just to like learn it, or if you feel like you genuinely are super dedicated to learning digital art, then, you know, go ahead and get like a nice Wacom, either Bamboo or an Intuos. But I honestly can't help but recommend getting an iPad and getting Procreate, because I feel like you can get a pretty good iPad for less than a tablet sometimes, and Procreate's super cheap, and you can make just as much of like impressive, beautiful things that anyone else does on a computer with a tablet that you can on an iPad. And Procreate's only getting better like every other month when they update. Like, I knew everyone was recommending it, and I saw the things my friends were making on it, and I'm super picky about trying new things. I tried it once, and it did take me a little bit. It has a little bit of a learning curve, but nothing a couple YouTube videos wouldn't, you know, help. But it's no different than like using this for me. Like, it was super easy to learn, and I hate drawing on a screen directly, but I was totally fine with that. Like, it worked out great, and it's portable, and it's like, I don't know, it's just awesome. And the pen, like the pencil, is so good. Like, it reads the weight from your pressure perfectly. I'm super blown away by it. So if you're like super down with getting an iPad and Procreate, I recommend that. Plus, in the end, if it's like not entirely your thing, I don't think it's like too much of an expenditure that's like wasted, because iPads are cool for other things too. So, and they're a lot easier to like resell it just in case as well, versus a tablet. Oh, I totally don't spend enough time like drawing hands to like get better at it. If I have like a reference of my own hands up, like way easier. But if I'm just doing it by memory, which is pretty much what this is, oops, it's not gonna look great. My wire's messed up on my tablet, so I'm suffering. No! Flashing tablets often with glitches here and there. Oh god, when my old tablet died, like I was in the middle of like traveling between places a lot because my computer had broke, and so I was using a laptop that a friend was letting me borrow, and I was using my tablet on there, and some days it just wouldn't work, and I was getting scared. And then when I finally got my brand new computer and I plugged it in, I used it a couple times, one day it just stopped working, and I was so freaking sad. So I like just spent so much money on a new computer, and only to have my tablet officially die right after. But it's okay, because like I said, the pen still works from it, so I'm happy with that. A Microsoft touchscreen laptop with a stylus, and works alright for me. I had a touchscreen on the laptop I was borrowing, and you know, it did work okay for me too. I'm just super like used to my Wacom that it was like not the same, so I had to go back over to the luxury side. But it's one of those things where, like, you know, once you're comfortable with like one or the other, you should be able to work with whatever, and you can make it work. Yeah, I'm gonna try out Krita. Especially if it has animation software. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to get Clip Studio yesterday when it was on sale. It might still be on sale today for Cyber Monday. I'll remind myself. Otherwise, if I forget again, it'll probably be on sale again around Christmas time. Hi, Tal. Also, hi, Sleepy Cyclops. I didn't see you up there.
That's kind of crap. I want to do that again.
Oh, I don't remember who of you yesterday was talking about pretzel with me, but I learned something new. My video yesterday from live streaming was like super demonetized. And I was like, why? I was using pretzel. All the music on there is for free. Like I should be able to just have it going. No, I logged in via my like Twitch account. So it was registering songs that are saved to play on Twitch, which is different from the songs that are saved to play on YouTube for, you know, reasons. And so I learned that. So so if you ever decide to use pretzel for streaming, just pay attention to which platform you're on and, you know, which soundtracks you have as the safe list. Learn from my mistakes. All right, I want to like fix up this hand and arm. Oh, and copyright like laws are only gonna get more weird as the years go by. Like I totally understand and like I get it. It just sucks when it's like I don't really understand music copyright law so much when I mean I get people like the songs and they want to know what songs are and everything, but at the same time it's like it's just kind of the background noise for like something else. And so if anything, like advertising the song, like that's just free advertisement, right? And so then people can go and like download if they want to or listen to it via the other platforms. I don't get it, but whatever. Maybe that's just me being wrong. I'm willing to admit that. You know, it's just the way like the platforms purchase the rights to songs. I'm just more surprised that Google doesn't have like more compared to Twitch. Like that's what kind of confuses me. Like my favorite band is The Midnight, and they made all of their songs free to stream on Twitch, but not on YouTube. So I don't know if that's just the way like they did a contract with Twitch to do that, or why they can't. Like if Twitch is really making it so that they can only do it via Twitch and not YouTube, that blows. But if that's just the way streaming copyright's gonna work, you know, so be it. I like streaming here more than Twitch though. I want to fix this arm. What is going on? I feel like I don't understand. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just going to redraw this part completely because I think I know what I did need to do. Oops. Huh. All right. I'm slightly happier with this. Maybe. I kind of liked it when it was tucked under. Hmm. I don't really like this song. Little snap and poppy. Yeah, I was just thinking that too, Sleepy. Wow. I was like, wow, I do not like this song. It is not making me... It's not vibing with this. I am working on one layer, yeah. I usually work on one layer, as in, like, after I do my, my sketch, and then I do, like, cleaner lines on top of it to have, like, a better idea of what I want to do. I smack my colors behind that, and then I merge it all together, and then I paint on top of that. Usually. But that's because I'm lazy and don't like finding layers. But, I recommend trying it, because I think it also builds confidence in, like, when you work, because you just know you can, you know, fix whatever if you need to. Like, sure, this looks terrible right now as I, like, trying to figure out how to do arm correctly, but, you know, I have faith I can figure it out. This should be flat, yeah? Maybe a little into there. Okay, I like how this is looking. We're getting there. I see it happening. Yeah, we were just talking about, you know, expanding the art horizons. Like, totally try drawing on one layer. I promise you, like, it'll be scary at first, but, like I said, just have faith that you know what you're doing. Because if you know what something looks like, you kind of know the process of getting there. Plus, it makes doing commissions really easy for me, because if anyone needs me to, like, add something at the end that I forgot about, usually it's me forgetting something, I just smack it on top. I just paint over a hand or whatever, change whatever I need to do. Hello, Senpai 10 and Sean. Oops, grab the red one. All right. She's looking better. She's looking less weird. I mean, she still looks weird, but in a good way. I also like the way the elbow looks. You thought it was good before? Well, I mean, thank you, but it really needed to be fixed. Why is BTS so popular in America? I don't know. I think they have pretty good music. I used to really like K-pop, like not like super into it. Never as much as the kids these days are just wild for it. But I don't know. They have great music, and I think the best thing about K-pop, especially when it comes to like the music videos, is that they just are like very cute. Like the sexuality of like music videos is at this perfect level where it's like, you know, like gorgeous or like kind of sexy, but not at that point of like it's too much. Like it's just, I don't know, like nice and like a nice aesthetic. And not saying that there's ever too much because, you know, whatever, everyone's into what they're into. But I think it makes it a lot more like approachable for a much wider audience, like younger people, older people, more conservative people, whatever. They just found like a really nice medium for the appeal. And plus I don't know, like everything about it just seems very sweet and fun. Hi, Dust. Hands, lips, feet, and hair. So, lips are definitely in that same realm as noses, where they're like, you have to just have a style, I guess, when it comes to the line art for it to look good. I don't know. Like, making them look like lips in line art is never easy. So, you know, people usually default for the anime or cartoon looks. But painting them, I love painting lips. I think they're so fun to make look like any different way. And I would kill for people to have more thin-lipped characters because I draw a lot of thick-lipped characters. And that's super fun to paint. Don't get me wrong, that's like my favorite thing. But I really need to get some variety in the way I paint lips. So I'm starting to feel a little same lip in the way I draw them. So what's with the part in the middle of her outfit? So she's just kind of wearing like leather straps for her top. And that's it. Yes, there is no modesty in these parts. She is a Fallout Raider. So she just throws on some like leather harness and is going about her day of, you know, shooting random signs and settlers and pillaging and whatever. Whatever raiders do. The chat of kings. Hello, Mystic. And Chloe, hello. And Art, hi. I am doing well. How are you? I'm actually doing like really well today. You know those days where you're just like, wow, I'm in a really good mood. That was today. And it felt great. And it's still going. I think I'm like more aware when I have those days now because it's hard to have those days nowadays that you're so aware of it when you have one. Yes, royalty, that's much better. Whenever I draw people, they look terrifying. No, I bet they look fine. What are you more comfortable drawing? Animals? Or like other things? And there's nothing wrong with terrifying. These things I'm drawing today look pretty freaky. And we lack freaky around these parts. That sounds kind of wrong. Aw, thank you. I never thought I'd get used to hearing my voice when I was like editing videos, and it's still hard to do it, but it's like, it's easier now. So it's nice to read that, so thank you. Oh, you said pupils, not people. Oh my gosh, I'm so blind. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm struggling with her pupils too, so I feel that. It's because I need to darken up the tops of her eyes. Too dark. Not dark enough. How did I do that? There we go. The Goldilocks color. Almost exactly that, actually. Alright, let's make her teeth disgusting. Hi, Feeling Blue. How are you? And Detective Pikachu, welcome back. And OED animation? OED? How do I pronounce that? It looks like OEDE from my vantage point of trying very hard to peer around my mic. This is Odie. Oh wow, I definitely could not get that. But now it makes sense. Hi Odie. This is a Fallout OC of mine. She is a raider character, and I'm kind of drawing her for practice because I don't really get to draw a lot of expressions typically in this music's kind of loud once again in commissions, because usually people want something a little more like, you know, serene or casual looking. So one, for practice. Two, just in case people would like to do this for commissions, I really needed to have an example of what they look like, because everyone is a visual learner slash, you know, inspirer. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna draw this for myself and for people to see and go, you know what, maybe I do want something like that. So it's like a full expression board, I guess. So I'd have like, I guess, a base one and then 3 other expressions. Casual looking, just boring. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel that all the time, but I like doing it, so I can't quite complain. I think it's also, I work with a lot of people that maybe are just afraid to see their character look kind of ugly, and I don't want them to be. So I'm hoping that when they see this, they feel like, you know what, she's also gonna draw my character looking nice. So let's see how my character looks not nice alongside all that. Bye, Sky. See you later. Thanks for coming by. Ready to draw for 4 hours straight. Heck yeah. Ooh, a voice reveal at 1K. Nice. I would probably do like a like my workstation reveal at like, I don't know, 10K, because at that point I'd probably feel like, yeah, you know, I could clean. and put some lights up, make it look like I don't live at my desk, and have water bottles all over like I normally do. So you call this a royalty chat, but it's actually just like a gremlin hovel chat. Hello, Pikachu. Now we have 2 Pikachus in here. And thank you for subscribing. Yes, we love those because it makes us go, man, I should really clean my workstation. Oh, you know what I could do with it though? Okay, so not only will I clean my workstation so it looks like I don't actually work at it at all. But I'll also do like my favorite snacks to eat while I work. Like a snack review. Because that gives me an excuse to also get a bunch of my favorite snacks. So that sounds awesome. I'm gonna do that. The show's before. Oh no. No. I'm like, can you hear me like cling all my water bottles over to the side? No. I cleaned up most of them. There's only like 2 here, and there's enough water in each of them to like drink. Here, I'll open a fresh one. Even though I should finish the other ones first. And I recycle. So I just don't like tap water. It grosses me out. Back to royalty chat. Bree. All right, I'll see if I can remember that. But I'm really terrible at names, so just, you know, keep pile driving that into my brain. You know that exercise of like when you meet somebody and you shake their hand and you repeat their name back to them so that like you're better like remembering them? Does not work for me. I try it. I always forget people's names. Hello, Family Phone Phoenix. Welcome back. Do I like warm water? To drink? No. Ew. What the heck? I'm just kidding. I like, you know, warm tea. If it's like, oops, it's still just warm enough to drink and be okay. Actually, I like cold tea too. If it starts to get room temperature or something, that tastes fine. I like water with like lemon and ginger, cayenne, you know, all that weird stuff. I never clean my desk. I have like 50 anime stickers, random paper, my iPad, and at least 2 unknown substances. Okay, yeah, I relate completely. I have like, so I have like these little peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's, the dark chocolate ones that are amazing. You know, a sneak peek into my snack list. And I got a couple last night because I'm like, oh, this sounds good. Huge mistake. I only had like a few, and then I wasn't feeling too hot. I was like, man, I shouldn't be eating this much sugar before bed. And so the rest of them are just sitting here on my desk from yesterday. So that's, you know, hashtag relatable. I'll get to them. They're fine. It's been cold. Did I get Clip Studio yet? No, I actually mentioned this earlier, and also hi Daniel. I forgot to get it yesterday because after I got off, I chilled out and ate, and it was great. I had like egg rolls, and it was awesome. And then I went window shopping because it was still Cyber Monday deals already. So, and yet I forget to get that, you know, of all the things I should have gotten. So if it's still available today, I'll get it. Otherwise, I'll just wait till Christmas time. But it's fine. I'll remember. How do I want to do this? Wait. Okay. So our thumb's coming up here, and Did I go offline for a second? That was weird. Also, hi, and I have to go goodbye. Sorry for saying long to next time stream. Okay, see you later. Thanks for coming by though to say hi. That's so sweet. And hi, Eternal. I think I'm like touching this one a little too much. I'm gonna move on to this one because I need to like start on a new thing. I'll come back to her. She's almost done though. So like, do you guys ever feel like your brain has to work in these stages when you're painting? Like I definitely have that where it's like sketch, easy, fast. I can get those done, whip them out, you know, really fast. Hi, thanks for subscribing. Mandela. I'm terrible at reading. I'm so sorry. So sketch fast, done with that. Line art, you know, sometimes takes some time, whatever. Throwing on some color. So that's like the kind of like a preliminary stages of drawing, how your brain's turned on for that mode. And then it's like, for me, I go into the cleanup phase, which is basically what I did for this one. Like she's mostly cleaned up. And then it gets to like the fine detailing phase. And for some reason, even though I feel like that should go hand in hand with the cleanup stage, it's like a totally different zone for my brain to work with. And it's like, I'm so exhausted from cleanup that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that part tomorrow. I don't feel like doing the last possibly 1 hour of work to like make it look perfect just because I'm tired of looking at this today. Or does everyone else just, you know, work from dawn till dusk until it's finished? Mandela. Okay. Awesome. Hi. Thank you for subscribing. And hi, oh no. If I stare too long at my art, I start disliking it. Absolutely feel that. That's why I gotta work in those stages. Oh, even though I like merge everything together, I will also save my initial sketch. Because sometimes I really like my sketch a lot, and as I'm working, obviously when I add like the painting colors and everything, the shading, I start to lose parts of the sketch that I really liked. And so I will sometimes like flicker the sketch back on. Like I still have it on this one too, behind it, to see what like is missing. So like on this one. For the most part, I prefer the newer stuff. I think I like the eyebrows on the sketch more for her, so I might go back and like fill the eyebrows in by like lightening up this one so I can see where the eyebrows are and then like filling them in on top. That's pretty much like the last of a, you know, saving a back layer I'll maintain. You just got a lot of emotion in a sketch, you know? And it's really easy to lose it. All right, how do I want to do this? I'm going to soften up all these lines in here. This one's gonna have a lot more work into it than the other ones. And I really should be using like references for this particular one, but you know what? Screw it, we're not going to. Except for my face in a mirror, that's it. But you know, like that's helpful for this one. Depends on the amount of detail for me. I've worked on a big piece for 3 days before. I totally understand that. Sometimes you just gotta like emotionally be like, you know what? It's as good as it's gonna get, and just keep doing it. Do I watch Jaden animations? Doesn't ring a bell. I might have though, but I will look into them. Her drooling strays me. She wants, I mean, maybe. She is a raider. They're kind of disgusting. Yes, that is the next one. Dog poop on my Yeezys. I mostly sketch when I do traditionally, but I do like the sketch line art and the coloring part when I do digitally. Yes. I think traditional sketches, like I was just saying, like sketches convey that perfect emotion you initially, the raw emotion you initially wanted from your drawing. And I think it looks even more like that when you draw traditionally. I don't know what it is. What is it about pencil that makes things look, or I mean even pen, that makes things look more emotional? Other art channels I recommend. For just like watching people paint. Wow, we went over this before, but I'm so bad at remembering names again. What's his name? Apteris, Aptreus. He is a Russian artist, and he's like one of my most favorite artists ever. And he does like very bizarre, very like hyper realistic, but like also fantasy, like kind of grotesque illustrations, and they're awesome. And just, you learn so much from watching him paint. And he also works on like not one layer, but like the segments of his layers he manipulates a lot. So if he doesn't like a portion of his painting he may have been working on for hours, he'll just straight up re-manipulate it and then redraw something on top till he likes what it looks like. And that's just so awesome and so fun to watch and really inspiring. But when it comes to like learning, I think her name's Flow Art, like Flow Jess Art. She does, I would say like the digital take on Bob Ross style painting, where she does really, really comfortable intro to art stuff for like anybody to feel like, you know, they can do what someone else can do. Like it's just really cool work. But then she also does like slightly more advanced tutorials and stuff too. And I probably have like a much larger list of people that I could recommend. And when I'm doing my next kind of like fan arty video for something, I will do a little shout out list of some of my favorite artists that I follow on here. But my brain is currently not wired for remembering names. But yeah, you guys totally, please, like, shout out people in here that you like to watch too, because I will look into them as well. How do I want to do this so it's like, you know, so far so good. This is not looking too creepy in like a bad way, but looks kind of. I want to start on our YouTube channel, but I'm scared to ask my parents and I'm only a teenager. Aw, honestly, like, props to you for like, you know, following the rules for that. But it's one of those things where, like, if you want to do something like that, as long as you're not giving out any personal information at all, like, I think it's totally fine to just post your art and stuff online. Like, there's nothing stopping you or, like, you know, making it hard to do that. Or wrong. I really don't see, like, too many negatives. But I'm like super an advocate of, if you're under 18, I don't think you should even like do face stuff online at all, or voice. But unless your parents are cool with it, but even then. I follow so many like really young people on Instagram that do art that are phenomenal, and I'm just so blown away. And I really think that like the feedback you can get from a community online is so important that, you know, I really don't think there's, you know, too much at stake if you're just posting your art and getting advice and stuff from people. Hi, Estrella, and who just left? Kindoff? Oh, bye. Do I have a favorite style of fashion to draw? Oh my gosh. That's hard to say because I haven't done enough. There's definitely a lot that I'd like to do. I like big glittery poofy dresses just because they're super fun, and I can look up old like Baroque or Renaissance paintings for reference on how to paint like fabrics and stuff. But I like streetwear too. I think streetwear and jackets and stuff is just super fun to paint and draw, especially if I get to design it. But I'm all about people giving me their World of Warcraft elves and saying like, hey, put them in this big frilly dress. I'm like, okay. Thank you for giving me this. Hello, Cyper. And Joss, welcome back. Hey, the raid was really cool and fun. I really gotta find someone to throw you guys at later today too, to pay it forward. For streaming on YouTube, I really have not taken the time to like figure out how to look through who's like currently live in like art communities. Poses are definitely hard. I totally feel that. I think that's harder than expressions. Because at least with expressions, you can use your own face in the mirror to like work from. But for poses, half the time if you try to do it from like imagination, finding references that like fit the portions that you've imagined is always tough. This mouth is looking pretty good. I just look at Pinterest. Pinterest is great for pose references. I save so many poses from like Reddit and Pinterest. And I just have this folder full of poses that I will totally dig through if I like imagine a pose I want to work with, and I'll just look for limbs or something that are in a similar position so I can work around that. Yeah, she ain't looking so good from this angle. Uh-oh. Let's fix that. Aw, thank you, Pikachu, or Detective Pikachu, because we have two Pikachus now. But I'm one of those people that's like, I draw with this problem, where it's like from this angle, I think she looks fine, but it's like when I flip her, all I can see is I have a lot of my lines doing this, and it's like I want to fix that, and the drool here helps, but I need to like pull out her cheek more here and like make sure the lines here, pull out her mouth there, and I need to make sure this eye isn't doing this, because currently it's matching up all those lines too, and that's very annoying to me. For the most part, I like the side of the face being pretty taut like this, but at the same time, I want to tone it down a little bit. And I think pulling out the lips would help too, actually. My heart always looks bad on the left side. That is so my problem if I flip, because I just noticed the lines I was just showing you all the time. I'm so freaking guilty of that. I'm like very weighted on one side of my art all the time. I'll do the same thing with poses, where I'll have like the arms or like the hair or something all kind of flowing really interesting on one side, and I'll flip it, and then I'll notice the other side is just this straight side of a pyramid all the way down, and I'm like, dang it. Every time. Who is this I am painting? I am painting my Raider character from Fallout because I needed to have some expression options on my commission sheet, and I was like, you know, I never really draw my characters, and I've been in a Fallout mood, and she's a very easy character for me to like give really ugly and weird expressions to, while also looking somewhat normal and kind of pretty in her base look, that I figured for a commission list she'd look pretty like inviting for people who have characters they find like aesthetically attractive and are afraid to branch out and do like weird expressions. So I was like, you know what, like she's probably a good candidate for making people more confident in making their characters look ugly or weird. She's a beautiful beast, that she is. I actually forgot I had it flipped for so long that I was like, oh, I guess I should flip it again to make sure that it looks good on the other side. So I did it. Yay, she looks okay on that side now. Can you tell me how you did that spit? Honestly, I don't know. It looks okay to me too. It still needs a little bit of work, but I am so bad at doing spit, and I envy people who are really like amazing at doing super teethy expressions. Oh, like there's a couple of really great furry artists that do awesome like open like dog mouths with like the spit, and they're just like snarl smiling, and it looks so good, like just so cool. And I think those are good references. So even if they're not people mouths, you can get a good grasp on how to do certain things from other sources too. I wish I could remember their names off the top of my head, but I cannot. Hello, Hansa. And Michelle. And Nestor. Stories are not people. I just said that. I mean, I did, so don't quote me like that, though. You're taking it out of context. All right, let me fix this hair. Looks like my little cousin's hair. You know, it has that like child hair look to it where they probably don't brush it like they should, or they need to use like the detangling, but they just put into pigtails anyway. I don't envy being a kid that hated getting my hair brushed. Used to be me too. I hate people just breathing on my hair. I'm sorry that happens to you. I feel like I hear Minecraft music in the background. You know, this kind of has like Minecraft-y vibes to it. Oh, did I turn it down again? I remember I turned it down earlier because of there was like a really loud song playing. Boss music? I don't know what you're talking about. That's definitely not me. Unless I am the final boss. And it's just music that is, you know, around me that I don't hear. But you do. I'm glad you're here, for 5 seconds. Really long hair. How long's your hair? Goodness gracious. So you're approaching me. Hi, Hot Tool. Welcome. I am using a Wacom Intuos Pro pad with my Wacom Intuos 4 pen on it, if you needed that to be complicated. And it is not a screen on my tablet. It is just a black tablet that I draw directly on, and I'm looking at my monitor while I draw. And I have 2 monitors, and you guys are on my right monitor, so I can glance over and read what you're saying every now and then. Also, because this is my 10th stream, I'm thinking that I will have a different cover art for my next stream. And I might just do like holiday themed for it, maybe. But this is a good reminder that I should probably put in what I'm using underneath the stream. You know, like someone who gives a dang and actually tries to make this a professional quality stream. What is the best beginner tablet? Even though this sounds absolutely ridiculous to hear, I can't recommend an iPad and Procreate enough. Like, I will die on that hill. It is wonderful for beginners because, I mean, it's easy to like familiarize yourself with. It's portable. It is just as good as any like far more expensive professional quality tablet with pen. If you can get your hands on a cheap, like somewhat modern-ish iPad, I think most of them can use the Apple Pencil. Like, just see which models an Apple Pencil can use. Then, yeah, I recommend it so much. It is no different than me using this. It is just as good. And in the end, if it's not something that you're like super happy with, at least it's easier to resell an iPad. And if you don't want to resell it, you have an iPad. So, you know, win-win. I really honestly think that's just the best route. I got an iPad on like some kind of a deal thing with Verizon for pretty cheap last year, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get it because I want to try it out, and I had the money and it was really cheap at the time. So I don't use it too frequently because I use this the most, but if I'm ever like going over to my friends or something, I might bring it with me to like fool around on, and it genuinely feels no different than this. And I'm super picky and always feel uncomfortable using new things, and I was blown away like at how easy it was to get comfortable with. You did a cute Serena art? Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, this will be up again later if you want to like rewatch it and pretend it's live. Plus, I'll be streaming more because I'm feeling pretty good and this is fun. I used to use my finger for an iPad to draw on. That is definitely difficult. I think I use that too for like drawing games on a phone with friends, and it was not easy. I've seen people make some beautiful stuff on their like phones and iPad with their finger though, so I don't know how they do it. Trial and error, I guess. But the Apple Pencil, for like, it seems like it wouldn't be as good as a nice expensive tablet when it comes to the pressure sensitivity. No, it's just as good. It's so good. I'm really surprised. And I say that it seems because it doesn't have like there's like a spring in the pen I'm using right now. Have a nice day, class cat. Thanks for coming by. That like makes it recoil like it does with this pen. I don't know if you can hear the clicking, but it's just like a nubbed tip at the end of the Apple Pencil, but it works fine for pressure sensitivity. Not even just fine. It works perfectly. It's just scary to charge it because you have to like plug it into like a little USB adapter on the little end of it, and I always worry I'm gonna snap it off. I haven't. But that click though. Click, 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 click. The way you shade stuff is really cool, and I love how like sketchy it is. Thank you. I honestly try to like bring some kind of a texture if I can, by like picking up multiple colors and letting them just kind of do their thing. They're like happy little accidents. My aunt always tells me don't always do digital art and to go back and forth between traditional and digital. Honestly, that's probably pretty good advice because it's easy to like lose practice on stuff. I mean, I kind of consider this riding a bike where you never actually lose that skill at all. You just gotta like repolish it up again when it's getting a little dull. Like the last time I did traditional, oh my gosh, let me think. If icing cookies doesn't help, I mean, it doesn't count, which it doesn't because I'm terrible at icing cookies, then man, it's definitely been since January since I've done like anything with ink. Oh, you can hear them cutting trees again. If you hear a really loud thunk, that is like tree branches landing on my house. Wow, they're really taking down some trees over there. Do you ever do any 3D art or sculptures? I am not capable of doing 3D sculptures. I did a sculpture course when I did a portrait class in college, which was awesome. Like actually really helpful when it came to like understanding the shape of a face. Like, I honestly can't recommend enough like just getting a hunk of clay, even Play-Doh, and just trying your best to make a portrait out of it, like a bust, so that you can understand like how things work like physically, so that when you draw them you think about that as well. Like lips, your lips are like imagine if like when you were in the womb, like a little slit was made in your face for your mouth, and then like the lips were almost like pulled back from your okay, I'm doing it with my face, can you tell? The sound, like they're almost like curled back from the slit. That's how like lips look, and that's how you like sculpt it too. And so because like it's scar tissue, and so when you're drawing them, I think about that all the time. The weird things you think about when you're drawing, like make sure like it looks right. I'm so sorry. I'm talking about like your mouth and like how it develops when you're in the womb, and like when you think about that when you're sculpting, and then how that translates into painting. I know it's terrifying. I'm sorry. Oh my god, oh, you're so sweet. Stop that. Was that too weird? Did we go into a weird tangent? I'm so sorry. It's just interesting, okay? God. Hey, you know, it helps to have those weird thoughts when you're drawing, because they're good things to remember. Like, I remember so many weird, like, little things, and they're not 100% true, but they're helpful when it comes to, like, remembering scaling and sizing and stuff. Like, there's this fifths rule. What's it? F-I-F-T-H-S. Fifths. 5. And, it's like when you're drawing a portrait of somebody, like a face straight on. Wait, I might be doing this wrong, but we'll get there. It's like the eyes have to be big enough for there to be like exactly the same size eye in the middle, and then like there should be enough room on either side of the head to have another eye on either side. Roughly. So, and then it's like something the same way this way. I don't remember that part. I only remember the part that goes across, and that's all that matters. So it's like whenever I'm drawing, I had to think about, that's like if you're looking at a face straight on. Stop it, was not an alien. I'm trying to teach something. You know, it's like you think about these things when you're working to be like, oh, I don't have enough room on the sides of my head where I'm drawing for there to be a fifth eye on either side, you know? Julia does amazing lessons on Drawfee. She's awesome. Bye, I'll see you later. Hi, Murphle. It is super helpful, I promise. Like, you'll think about that all the time whenever you're like working. Oh, another good one if you want more like weird facts about bodies. And like I said, these aren't 100% accurate. They're just good guesstimations to think about when you're drawing. So like another one is like when you're drawing like a full body. We're just gonna do a stick person. So like roughly your elbows will be around the same place as your belly button. So when you're drawing like someone doing a kind of pose, you try to like imagine if their arms were down to their sides, would their elbow reach their belly button? And then your wrists hit your hips, they hit your hip bone. And then your fingertips roughly hit the middle of your thigh. Roughly. Like these are all like general estimates. Some people are longer than others or shorter than others in different ways. Like everyone's a little different. But it's like generally this is like a good measurement to eyeball. How do you do that strict? Okay, we're not talking about how I do a stick drawing. We're talking about general, you know, estimates and stuff. Does who have a Discord? Do I have a Discord or is Julia? I do not have one set up for this, but Julia might. I tell my language art teacher this for similarities. Art is like sharpening a pencil. When you still get to dull, you need to sharpen it. Yes, it's absolutely true. Like always re-honing like a sword if you want to go a little cooler than a pencil. Hi, Dragon Rep. My day's going great. How's yours? Your head and torso should be the size of your legs. Yes. But also, that's one of those things where like for a fairly average sized person, the other way to look at it too is like, because like, you know, you have to take into account like how large the character is. And then also if you have like a stylized thing. But also like your head, let me think. Yeah, your head should fit about 4 heads in your torso is what I remember. And your torso ends at your belly button. So there should be about enough room for a head to fit itself in your torso 4 times. But obviously that doesn't, you know, take into account stylized characters or like very skinny or like super buff characters, that kind of thing. But it's a good general estimate when it comes to like, you know, getting used to drawing bodies. So it's kind of like a good beginner tip, I guess, if you're starting to learn anatomy. Isn't there a thing about the shoulders should be roughly half a head wider than the head on each side? Yeah, exactly. So it's like, that would be the same thing. 2 heads would fill up that first part of the body. See, we're getting it. Hi, Riley, welcome. I'm getting so distracted. I almost forgot to fix her eyes. All right. We gotta fix this one funky eye that's like too... Where am I getting this gray from? Too slanted. Ooh, I kind of like her without the pupils in this look. Maybe like whites underneath them as well. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. It's a little more craze. Comes and goes as they please. All the time. Do I like the pupils? I don't know. With or without the pupils? I like both. I struggle. Oh, here come the chainsaws. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I like without too. Especially if all the other ones are gonna have pupils, I may as well mix this one up a little, right? Oh, we have mixed signals here. One vote with, one vote without. Every time I see OCs, my brain first thinks you wrote orcs, and I get a little more excited for that. I mean, OCs are great too, but... Add one pupil. Do I want to do this eye or this eye? You know, I think I kind of like the pupils back. I'm so sorry, Daniel, but... I feel like it just, like, brings it together. You'll draw an orc just for me? Thank you. I gotta say thank you so much for having videos of Makote art. Yes, I'm working on a Khajiit drawing. Oh, yes, and shading well for white fur has been a headache. Oh my god. I totally understand that. White fur, I love doing it, but it is definitely a biatch to paint white fur. I always end up doing like an off-white gray or cream, depending on like the feeling I want for it. But man, it is not as easy. I think a lot of it is it's a lot easier to generalize like gray or darker or brownish fur. But you have to be a lot more subtle and careful when you're shading the white fur. Wait, what did I just do? I don't like that. Yeah, you could totally link your art in here. If it doesn't allow you to link, I don't know. I honestly am so bad at like understanding how this chat works because I don't have a lot of options for it. But if you link something and I can accept it, then we can do it that way. Or you can DM me on Twitter with it and I can look at it that way. Hi, Kawaii, and hi, Farah. Hi, Brian. Thank you. And Cyan, hi. Welcome. Hello, Neptune. I do not make animations. I have dabbled in them. So I have a few really, really old ones on my DeviantArt that I did an animation course in college. But I do love doing it and I would like to do more, but it's just one of those things where that takes a lot of time to learn how to do it, and I just never make time to invest in learning in it. But you know, maybe one day and then you guys can watch me learn how to do that. And then we can learn together. Hello, Cetro. And thanks for subscribing for that's so sweet. You make it sound like I'm just someone that you should have found before, but I've like literally only been super active on here in like the last few months. So I totally get it if you just, you know, haven't seen me because I haven't done anything on here forever. I almost abandoned this channel like, man, a year ago or so, just because I lost touch with video editing, but I've been having way too much fun this year doing it, so, and like learning how to do it. For the most part, I have like just like time-lapse and speed paint drawings, but I've been trying to figure out how to explain what I'm doing better, which helps when I stream, so I can do tutorial-based videos. So they're gonna be a little rough at first, because I'm learning how to do it, learning how to teach. But obviously, if you guys like give me feedback on what works and doesn't work, or if I'm bad at explaining things, then I can tweak it as I go. Looked better before. I did my first speed paint, but yesterday it looks bad. I bet it doesn't. Oh my goodness. What editing software do I use? I use DaVinci. DaVinci Resolve, and it's free, and it is super easy to find like quickie little tutorials on YouTube on how to time lapse and edit and stuff like that. I suggest, especially if you have hours of footage that you need to condense for a time lapse, to speed it all up first and then process that video, because it'll take the longest to process that base video, and then take that video and cut and edit it to like, you know, get rid of all the times you weren't drawing or something. Does it have screen capture? I don't know. Maybe? I use, oh, you mean to like capture what you're drawing? No. I use OBS. Like right now I'm using OBS to stream for you guys. And so I use, which one do I use specifically? I use OBS Studio for capturing, because I'm using Streamlabs from OBS right now to stream. And then I use OBS Studio to record, just so I don't get them mixed up sometimes. And I like the settings more on that one for recording. And then I just save it as an MP4 or whatever, and then edit everything over on DaVinci. However, I keep recommending Procreate, and Procreate has a natural recording device in it where it does capture everything you do when you're drawing. So it's super easy to then upload the speed of drawing, the time lapse you made from drawing on it. So just another reason to get that. And it can do like really fast ones too, like 30-second ones from like hours of drawing, which is awesome for like uploading to Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Alright, we're gonna add some more shading to her face, and then we're gonna keep painting her face. But she needs some, like, angry red shading. And see, Farrah recommends it too. Totally recommend it. It's really great. Everyone keeps asking like what I'm using, and I'm using Paint Tool Side 2. I love it so much, and I usually don't use anything else. But when I tried Procreate for the first time, I was like, yeah, this is honestly, I could do this if I needed to. It's super, 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 super. It's super similar. I'll do shade. All right. I feel that, Detective Pikachu. They have like really good deals on it sometimes though, so if you save up, honestly, it's a lot cheaper to get that than a tablet half the time. But you know, recording with your like a phone with pencils and stuff on a piece of paper looks awesome too, and I love that. Hey, Crazy, you getting a little crazy? You okay? Bad mom puns. Ooh, nice Christmas wish list item. It was a light joke, just to make sure it wasn't a bot thing. I had someone once just come in and like start spouting movie titles, and it was really strange. Like I thought they were like an IMBD bot, and I made a joke like that, and then they just started talking normally, and I was like, okay, guess they weren't. People be wildin'. Well, Crazy, get drawn. I promise you can do it. I could not draw like this, and I wish I could draw like this. And this is not me like being like, wow, I draw so good. Because there's so many things I look at this, I'm like, wow, I could do better. But man, even just 4 years ago, like, I did not draw anywhere near this. So you just gotta pick it up. I'm pretty sure you can get non-pro Intuos Medium cheaper than iPad Apple Pencil. Absolutely true. You can get like, especially even used ones, and they can be pretty good because some people just get like, they use one for a little bit and they upgrade. But a lot of times it's that on top of getting a computer, and some people don't have like a good computer for drawing with too. Yeah, that's a good point too. Depending on the lifestyle. I adore your how free expressions are. Oh my god, if I wasn't super broke, I'd commission something. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, like, I look at it this way. Like, down the road, I'll be way better at my expressions. And if you want to save up for down the road, then you're going to get way better expressions out of me. So yay, we'll look at it that way. But thank you so much. That's so sweet. Whenever I draw people, they look like aliens. Hey, aliens are awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. I got a pretty good PC for my first tablet. Same. I ended up having a pretty nice PC after so long, and then I finally got like a nice tablet. Ooh, but my first tablet I won in a contest, which is like, you know, it was my favorite. That was my Intuos 4. And it was like being blessed by the best tablet ever. I miss it so much, but I'm so glad the pen still works. Zoning out and looking at Pinterest. Oh my god, I wish I was doing that right now. I've been looking at everything that's on sale. And there's some website, and I have way too many t-shirts. I don't want any more t-shirts for Christmas. And yet I find these websites that are like a killer sale of like dollar t-shirts of some of my favorite designs, and it's awful, and I want to buy them just because they're $1. So today is not good for me to be looking at window shopping and stuff. Aw, okay, Sleepy, that's awesome. I'm glad you're drawing. Oh, really? Is a smaller one that different on your wrist? That's weird. I mean, that's good to know too. I used to have like a really big tablet for my first tablet, and I hated it. Like, sure, it was fancy, it made me feel cool having a big tablet, but I think like a nice medium that's like about the size of a piece of paper is the ideal. I've never used a smaller one, but I didn't think it would hurt my wrists. I managed to get a decent Huon tablet a few years back. I've heard good things about Huon. And it is cheaper, yeah. The colors are off. Oh, it's like a screen one? Interesting. Yeah, I need to get a new monitor soon because the one I'm using to draw on is a Dell, which I love Dell monitors. They are beautiful, but they're very expensive, and this is very old. This monitor is easily like 15 years old, maybe, just about. I'm shocked it still lasts this long, and it still looks pretty good. It's only like kind of dimming now, which is scary. But like, I've never really monitor shopped for like a good monitor for color range. I think most of the ones nowadays are pretty good when it comes to color, so I shouldn't be too frightened by that. But I'm scared that things I draw won't look right when I print them out. Because my second monitor is like a really cheap LG that I got just to have a second monitor. But yeah, I gotta make that plunge probably next year just in case this one decides to finally die on me. All right, I don't like her eyebrows. What did I do wrong? I'm not really a big fan of them in this sketch either, but I do hate this part. Alright, that looks pretty okay. The nose needs some work, but I'm happy with the eyes. Oh, that helped. Cherry 7-Up is so good. I haven't had that in so long. It does sound so good. The jewel reminds me of... Oh, it does look like that. I promise I didn't look at that when I was doing it, but I probably should have because it probably looks better. I know exactly what you're talking about. Alright. I'm gonna touch up her hair a little bit and then I'm gonna move on to the next one. And then I'll come back through and like clean them all up individually. Actually, I think I want to like darken the shadow on her eyes more. It looks terrifying, oh my goodness. Wow, that's lighter than that? Wow, okay. Go a little bit lighter then. Playing piano or doing schoolwork, that's so cute. That's such like an aesthetic, I love that. Yeah, I'm usually not super chatty when I draw, but it's like good to practice at. It feels like a good brain exercise, honestly. Alright, should look in mighty freaky. I think I want to add some of this. I need to like pull her hairline forward too on the sides. It's very receding. Ruh-roh. Yeah, there is a third expression. Remember the Yeezys one? Alright, this is looking pretty good. Oh wait, I think I do want to do like some kind of a forehead thing. Actually, how do I want to do this? Like... Jeez. She's looking more and more absolutely horrific as I touch her. This is not good. She's starting to look like Draven from League of Legends. She's one mustache away from being Draven. Let's bring back that color to her nose a bit. True, he is. Female Junkrat. You know, actually, yeah, and that works more for her personality too. That's funny. All right. Let's do this one. Have I tried doing 3D models? I have not. I did try to use Mudbox a very, very long time ago just to see if I could like familiarize myself with the program. So I made like something. I really don't remember. It was so long ago, like easily 10 years ago. But that's like the most I've ever done with 3D models. Welcome back, Natalie. Junkrat does have abs, but that's because I think his body fat content is 0. So whatever muscles he has there in his abdomen, they are showing. Arson is so in season. I like a damaged man. True. At least you're honest. Hi Sky, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. We're already, I'll show you where we're at. We did this for the second expression, and we're working on the third now. We just got started. And the second and the first one aren't done, but they're at a place I feel pretty good about, so I can start working on this one, and then I'll go back and make them look, I don't know, really cleaned up. But I don't feel like jumping back and forth in my headspace for like what process I'm in the middle of drawing something. So I'll get them all to about the same place, and then I'll go through and do the little touches to make them look perfect. Mitosis. How long am I gonna be streaming? What time is it? 2? Maybe a couple more hours? I'm feeling pretty good right now, so I'm not like hungry or tired, so maybe like 2 or 3 more hours. The only thing that's making me want to stop streaming is watching my friend play Fallout 4, but he can wait. Or I told him, hey, if you want, you can just learn how to do the city building stuff, like the settlement building, because you know that takes time to figure out and feel comfortable with, and who wants to watch that? I am in California. $1909? Jeez, that's not America. Oh, I'll show you. This is how the middle one turned out. Welcome back, Nestor. So far I got those 2, and I'm working on this one now. And I'll go back and clean them up in a little bit. Hey, West Coast buddies. Unless it's like 2 a.m. for you. You know, I just said that I wasn't hungry, and then I just started thinking about food, and now I'm hungry. It's funny how that works, right? And I do have these peanut butter cups sitting here that I'm just not in the mood to eat. This will be the one that doesn't have pupils, because her eyes are too small for them. Oh, rice sounds good. I have some rice and kimchi I could throw together. Hungry. Dude, just some like, I'm so lazy. I just have like some microwave rice. Don't hate on me, but it's good. It's decent microwave rice. That with just some kimchi in it is like ideal comfort food. Oh, sounds so good. Spam musubi. Oh, that sounds so good. It's totally okay. Speak any language you prefer. I'm so sorry that I only speak English. I wish I spoke every language. I always feel bad when I get a comment that's in a different language and I have to go use Google Translate, and then I'm like, will I be lame using Google Translate to respond to them? And then I'm like, if I were to respond in Google Translate with, I'm so sorry, I'm using Google Translate to respond. Thank you, Garden. Welcome. I'm currently teaching myself Japanese and Spanish. Wow, that is an undertaking. Good job and good luck on that. Those are two very different languages. Hi, Arctic Tail. Aw, thanks, Cranky. I'm glad you came by. Am I okay? There are lyrics in the song, which is weird because I specifically turned on the do not play songs that have lyrics button. Do they? Oh, I totally missed it then, Natalie, and it's okay. If someone says something like that, I'll probably just look beyond it, because sometimes I assume they didn't mean something like that. I always see Spanish as like a romantic language and Japanese as like, let me think. If I were to pronounce things in that, I don't know, like phonetically, maybe they have some similarities in the way they pronounce certain letters, but for the most part, in high school, I took 1 year of Spanish and I was pretty good at it. Like I was able to pick it up pretty fast, and my teacher really wanted me to keep taking it, and I was like, you know, a dumb weeaboo kid in high school that was like, no, I want to take Japanese. But you know, they didn't teach that in high school, and they didn't teach it in my college either, and I never pursued it. So there I go with my 1 year of Spanish under my belt at 16, and then never learned anything else again. Great. Huge regrets. Stick with the language. Learn it. Only one. With my anime watching skills, I know like 5. Oh no, what is it? You know more than one. You gotta know more than one. I know you're just being funny, but I took Spanish for 2 years and practically know nothing. Okay, that's probably where I would have been too. You're making me feel better. I mean, I live in California, so it would definitely be like way more used here, just because there's a lot more opportunities to speak Spanish here. But I mean, at the same time, it's high school stuff, you know. Well, I mean, what do we really learn in high school? Am I right? Hi, NJ, and now from the tablet. Welcome back. All right, so far this face is looking the most like well done, I guess. Like it looks the cleanest. What's happened? I just needed to warm up on the other faces. That was my problem. Also, I'm really thinking about that rice and kimchi and I kind of want to go make it really quick. So, what you guys say we all take a snack break really fast to make food? Mine'll take like 3 minutes to make. All right, we'll do a quick snack break. I can spell. I'm just being cute. All right, I will be back in like 3 minutes and then I'm going to mute and work and eat at the same time. So I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry if I spooked you. I said okay pretty loud. Oh my gosh, this is that comforting, warm food that you need in a snack. I'm gonna take one more bite and then I'm gonna keep working. Okay. Hi, Macho. Welcome back. And thank you. Thank you for welcoming me back. See, this is kind of a bad idea to eat because it's like slightly spicy and it's making me cough. Good live stream food choice. Don't worry, the chainsaws in the background will cover up my coughing. Hi, when gems collide. Welcome. I missed you too. Whew, okay. Just getting me my hands cold. All right, where was I? I kind of like this angle for her head because it shows how flat her hair is on top of her head, which kind of makes it look like pressed down and unwashed and like, I don't know. It fits the aesthetic for what I'm going with her. This part, like right here especially. The face and the chainsaw. Is that actually coming through on my mic this time? Some people said they couldn't hear anything. Okay, well enjoy drawing, Vanessa. See you later. Got my rice cooking with an actual rice cooker, I hope, and you're not like some sacrilegious plebeian like me who microwaves their rice. I'm sorry, but I want rice now, not in like 15 minutes. Goodness gracious. Who has time for that? Ooh, steamed rice, like in the like a steamer basket on the stove, or like in a steamer. Using an oven. Hey, that's good too. I'm drawing, actually. Draw with me, Majo. Negative 56 degrees. Whoa. I would just go to sleep if my room was that cold. Go to sleep and not wake up. Just freeze. I always get super sleepy when it's cold. And cold to me, because I'm a Californian, is like, you know, anything under 50 degrees. The great hibernation. Yeah, like I was thinking about like just giant fur blankets just like piled up on top, so you're like super insulated. But you can't do that and draw at the same time because your hands are gonna be sticking out and they're gonna get cold, and that's awful. Nothing worse than cold hands while the rest of your body's warm. I hate that so much. And like wearing gloves while drawing is just not fun. Because I don't think like if you were to get thick enough gloves that actually made your hands warm, then you can't really like do anything correctly on your keyboard or with your pen. And then if the gloves are like thinner, I mean, even then, it feels like it's cutting off your circulation more than anything, so it's probably making it even colder than they should be. I'm planning on uploading a speed paint I made yesterday here because I said I needed to post. Yay! I'm so proud of you! Oh, surgery last year for scoliosis? Are you like way better now? Did you recover a lot? Are they in your back forever? I mean, that's kind of cool at the same time. Like, I mean, obviously, like, that's, like, sucky surgery to have and everything. But, like, having big metal rods is kind of, like, a really neat thing, too. I love that. It sounds cool. But, yeah. No, I get it. Hi, Rhea. Huh. I mean, do they, like, typically take him out eventually? I don't know how that kind of thing works. Following in Anakin's footsteps. Yes. Is making speed paints worth it? Like Mojo said, it is worth it. I didn't think it was like worth it when I first did it. I was like, I don't really know who benefits from this, but at the same time, I like watching them. So it's like, why am I trying to argue against doing it when I do use it myself all the time? Like, I like watching them, but I guess it's when I'm watching myself do it, I worry that it's like, I don't know what people are getting out of this. So I guess every now and then, like, having an explanation video kind of helps to balance it out. Hey, you can record like pencil and paper with a phone and then speed it up too. A lot of people do that. They do it all the time on TikTok. I had a big gap between my two front teeth too. I got braces when I was like maybe 11 or 12. But I had a really, really big gap between my two front teeth, and then like one of my next to the front teeth, the little ones, not the canines, but between the two, was like kind of twisted and up high, and it pulled it down like magic. I don't know how they do that. Orthodontists are wizards. But after I got braces, I could no longer whistle. So, you know, an eye for an eye. Yeah, super sad. I would give anything to be able to whistle again. I would give my gap between my two front teeth back if I could whistle. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, maybe I have to wait to like relearn it. I could do it before, so, and no matter how hard I try, I just can't anymore.
Very much alike.
And how many of you are like whistling now after I said that out loud? Because I kid you not, every time I tell people in real life, I'm like, yeah, I can't whistle since I got braces. That's when everyone around me has to whistle to show that they can whistle. Thanks, guys. You're really making me feel better about my inability to whistle. I want one of those, like, strong dad whistles where they, like, you know, whistle so freaking loud at a sports game or call the dog and it's super unnecessary. I want one of those. I've had my profile pic for a while now. Should I redraw it? I thought you just recently did that one. Or am I remembering that wrong? How dare you with Gems Collide? I'm insulted. Yeah, redraw into a speed paint. And how old is the old one? Did you say already? A month old? That's not old. Gosh. My current one is just over a year old. I drew it last year before I went to Comic-Con. I miss going to convention. And I've just been editing it since. I'll just like tweak it a little every now and then because I'm lazy. Draw this in your style. I see those all the time, and I always want to participate in one, and I never do. Or drawing your like outfit of the day. I think I've drawn myself in my outfits like a couple of times, but like super dinky. Like I should do that. It would give me an excuse to dress up while quarantining, right? I dress like a hope. That's me right now. Oh my gosh. I am so in like the most oversized, just PJ stuff. Like whatever. I'm just sitting at home, eating my microwave rice, drawing my stuff. See, now you guys are knowing too much about me and my sad lifestyle. My stained Naruto shirt. Oh my god. I don't even think I own a Naruto shirt, but I watched so much of it that I may as well. Dude, sweatshirt and black leggings, that's the go-to. Especially right now. The only thing that has been stolen are my old animations from YouTube. No, that's awful. Oh, as in like the stolen ones are deleted. I hope that's what you mean. I have a really interesting horror story about my stuff being stolen. My art being stolen. Like what kind of bizarre star-struck path happened for this to occur for me? I don't draw a whole lot of fan art, mostly because I do commissions all the time. But when I do, you know, like I'll draw stuff for conventions, for prints and whatnot. And so I drew a bunch of Fallout stuff because I love Fallout. And so I did this like kind of postcard series set that was just all the companions from Fallout 4, but with the Pokemon team that I gave them of like 4 Pokemon or so each, 3 or 4. And like of all the art to steal, I feel like that's such a strange one because it's like a mash of 2 things that don't, you know, necessarily go together, but it's fine. It was fun. I really enjoyed it and people liked it. But someone had stolen the one I did of Paladin Dance, who's my favorite character for companions, with his team, and like erased my signature and then sold them on shirts for Redbubble. I didn't know about this. Like I didn't know it was stolen until I was sitting at a table at a convention at SAC Anime, and someone came to my table to shop at my table. They didn't know who I was. You know, it's not like they're like someone who looks through artists and follows artists or like that. They're just, you know, a regular customer person. But my art's on their shirt. How does that happen? Like, what are the chances of somebody, they don't live in the same like town as you or like that? I'm just fucking there for, oops, I'm cussing. I'm trying not to. I'm there for a convention, and they walk with my shirt on, with my art on their shirt, and I felt so bad, but I had to ask them, like, where did you get that shirt? And they're like, oh, Redbubble. And I was like, yeah, that's like, I felt bad because I realized they didn't understand the like right away, and so I tried to be nice about it, but I was like, yeah, that's kind of my art, and I kind of want to know what shop it was so I could take it down, but it's a cute shirt. Like, it was so weird. And so I did. She was super nice, and she like, you know, showed me where she got it, and I reported it, and Redbubble was being kind of weird, and they're like, you have to provide blah blah blah, and so all I have to do is be like, should I get my lawyers involved? You know, if you don't have any, and they'll take it down pretty fast at that point. but oh my gosh, that was so weird. Like, that really like hit me in a weird way that day. Like, most of the time I probably wouldn't care, I just report it and whatever, but like, I think the reality of it had been up long enough for somebody to buy one and like, and lo and behold, bump into me, you know, like in person. It was so strange. Like, what are the chances of that? So it's like a funny story to tell, but also tragic. So, really weird. But yeah. Honestly, like, that stuff happens so infrequently for me, and it's like, and for the most part, I usually put stuff up online that's small, so it's like, you know, not the easiest thing to put on shirts or steal. It can still happen, but for the most part, I just really appreciate that, like, the art and art fan community is just so like diligent, and they will always like call out if they see something of like any ones that they recognize somewhere and be like, hey, your stuff's being stolen. Like, I've gotten messages within a day of something being posted somewhere of mine on Redbubble before. That was just one of the ones that went under the radar, I guess. But yeah, it's honestly like, it's hard, but I think it's one of those things where that kind of just accept that it happens, because even if you were to watermark, it's pretty easy to get rid of watermarks half the time, unless you're gonna like load it up. So, which then, you know, takes away from the art. So at that point, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, just screw it. Just deal with what happens when it happens. And for the most part, I feel like I said before, the support from like the art communities online is so good that you're gonna have way more positive than negative. So it's okay. Like, I did a bunch of Overwatch pinups a long time ago, and I don't really think I've seen those anywhere. And I did a good job of uploading very low res pictures online. Like, the only way you got the high res is if you're on Patreon. And even so, I don't really, and there was that one person who went around and purposely like bought access to a bunch of Patreons and then just re-uploaded everyone's stuff onto their website, so you kind of saw everyone's things anyway without paying for it. And even with my stuff being over there in high res, I still didn't see it anywhere else. So I don't know how I got lucky about that. Maybe it's because it's really hard to sell Overwatch merch anywhere, because they're super good about taking it down. Honest opinion. Are Christmas light nails tacky? God, no, that sounds amazing. Especially if they actually like lit up and like blinked different colors. And like, wait, do you mean like every nail has like its own little individual string of Christmas lights on them, like zigzagged across, so each nail has like 3 or 4 different colors? Or is it like one giant bulb per nail? Also, bye, Andrea. Good luck on your math test. Dexter nails. Like, laboratory or the serial killer? So, like, plastic sheets with blood splattered on them nails. That actually sounds really cool. Because that's what we grew up with. Programmed. Okay. Message me on there too so I can follow you back. Because Instagram's really bad about like notifying me about new followers. I just got your message. My phone buzzed. It was quick. No, you were quick. A Hand in the Shower, where the nails are famous. Is that from the first season? I've only seen like the first couple of seasons. You're making me think more of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with that. There's Dexter's lab nails. You know, the color palette from that show was gorgeous, so those could be some pretty cool nails. Oops, I forgot that I had snack breaks over in here. I mean, I'm technically still eating, but, you know. Let's be a little more realistic. Good, I nailed it. Oops, that's an eraser. Oh no, Vanessa! I promise, your art is worth stealing. Is that like a weird compliment for someone to say? You know, it's actually like interesting because I've had people who have traced my art and like claimed it as theirs, but it's like, I mean, aside from being kind of funny to me, it's like I don't like hate the people that do that necessarily, because sometimes they're just kids and they like, you know, I kind of understand the mindset they're in when they're doing that, and they're usually not mean to me about it or anything. I'll message them and then they'll panic and try to erase it all, but it's like I try to be really nice about it. I'm like, hey, you know, like I don't mind if you're using it to like learn, but don't do that. Like the worst one was when she posted it, you could see my art behind it. Like, it was very obvious that she traced or copied, like, my picture that she had, like, tucked by, because I could see the corners of it in there. And I was like, no, honey, no. At least hide my art, because I wasn't quite sure when I first saw it, like, at first glance, and then I knew. But, no, it's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with like mimicking or copying to learn, but you know, unless you're gonna not like, you have to tag them at least if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna post it. Otherwise, just don't post it, because you know, post it on Facebook between just your friends and family, not like out there, and like, because it's considered publishing when you post it like on Instagram or something, so you're like claiming it as your own. So just silly. Gotta give her some tracing lessons. It's also just like a, you know, a difficult conversation to have, because not everyone feels that way, and I would totally respect people for not feeling comfortable with their stuff getting copied, because, you know, I get it. I guess like a worst case scenario is there's this one artist that's like really like big in some communities, and their art's gorgeous, and there's someone who's very obviously tracing or like Frankensteining their pictures together to make art and put it on Patreon, so they're kind of just making a quick buck off of it. And it's like, even if they weren't doing that, if they would have just copied them, their style would have looked so similar that it would have just looked like they're copying this other artist's style and making money off of making the same exact style. So I kind of see that as like a big reason for people to be advocates of no copying at all. But I don't know. I think if you're like nicer about approaching that, you're like, there's nothing wrong as long as you're just learning. And it's better to learn from multiple sources and not just one artist. That way you don't just turn into a copy of them, and you kind of, I don't know, absorb from many different places, and then your style slowly develops because of all these different influences and not just one. This is a lot of conversation on something a little deep. Oh wow, am I boring you much? No, I'm just kidding. Bye, Nestor. Unless someone else was leaving and I just missed it. Or they're just saying bye to you, Masha. You know, this one came together pretty quickly. Gosh, this is a small canvas I'm working on. I hate algebra. I liked algebra. I liked math. I had a really good teacher though, which helped. Because I've had bad math teachers and it definitely makes me hate math. But I don't need to know math no more because I just draw art. I'm mostly joking. You should know math. Oh, it's okay. I misspell things all the time. You guys are lucky I'm not typing. I hope we're not keeping you awake. That's because we like our shapes. That's why geometry is easier than algebra. And I'm so glad I went to school when they still had like the old math books, because I've seen Common Core nowadays and no thank you. When I babysat, the kids would bring that home and I don't know what on earth those books wanted them to do. It was the most confusing thing ever. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, she looks fairly cleaned up in those. The first one I did is now like the weakest one when it comes to coloring, but we'll fix her up. Alright, let us... We'll clean them up one more time, and then we'll add the overlay and the shading, and we'll be all done. Yay! Kind of like the bigger one tooth. Oops. Oops, I just realized this is the wrong layer. Ha 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 ha. I was like, why aren't my colors working correctly? I was on the shade layer. No. Will the stream turn into a request stream once you're done? Probably not today, but you know, let me think. Because tomorrow, I'm thinking of pushing my commission opening like a couple more days because I feel like the way I described them was a little confusing, so I feel bad. I can do a request stream sometime this week for sure. Because right now I just have like a couple last commissions to sketch up from my last group, and then I'm gonna take on some more. I guess I'll add the new list on Friday. And I want to do another sale for like portraits or something. So let's see what's today. Today's Monday or Tuesday? Today's Monday, obviously Cyber Monday. We can do a request stream on Friday. Is that good for you guys? We're scheduling this. Because I do want to do one. And that'll be good if I open up for my commissions on that day and do a stream at the same time. Friday. And I fixed my sleep schedule now, so I won't be starting my stream at like, 4 in the afternoon my time anymore. I don't know why, but I was just sleeping forever. It was really bad. Maybe around like noon or 1 my time, which is West Coast, Pacific Standard Time. And for those of you that don't know, a request stream will be like, probably just sketches, because I get through them pretty quickly with like loose sketches with some color. And last time I did like a back and forth between fan art and like OCs, but I think I might do more fan art this next time with like just a few OCs in between. I don't know, I'll figure it out. The back and forth might have been better. Do you guys like the back and forth if I do one and then one? It won't be my last one either, Natalie, so even if you're in school, I'll do more in the future too. I found this cute random picker website that has like a spinning wheel. So I can like have that spin, so it's a little more exciting when we pick who's gonna get a drawing done. Aw, same. Is it on the confetti? It is, yeah. They're and like the good sound effects and everything. The silly music that you can turn on for it. That's so funny. Alright, I kind of like... You know what I like about the sketch? I like that... I'll draw on top. Oops. That this eye does this on top. It doesn't do that anymore on the drawing. So I think I'm going to fix that. I think I like that more. For no reason. Just cuz. Backgrounds are hard, but they're a really good thing to practice, because practicing them also helps you in other places, not just backgrounds. Hecky. That's not the color out. Why is it so dark? Do scenarios count as story? So yes. Because if they didn't, I would feel really bad because that's all I come up with as well. That sounds adorable. All right. That one's looking better. I'm just kind of going back and forth to the top one on her to see how to make her look more like her. Saturate that lip because it's a little more orange on the top one. Alright, I'm pretty happy with those. The straps on this one are the other part that needs some work. Murder in the 70s. I did like a raspy thing in my throat when I said that, and I felt the spice from the kimchi. Kill me, little, on my throat. Time to eat more kimchi to fix it. Is this for me? Ooh woo. Alright. Let us. Alright. What color did I do this in? A kind of plummy red. I have it swooped under this one. Ooh, a cooking stream. That's awesome. Alright, she's coming together. I don't like her without the face paint. It's just gonna be a permanent fixture to her face now. Alright. Last little bit of detailing with the little freckles and the straps weathering. Do I have any prominent freckles? One under that cheek and like 2 above that eye. Alright. And the rest are whatever. Bye, Cyclops! I'm about to end it pretty soon, so you're not gonna miss anything more. So I hope you have a nice evening. They better finish the new Fallout game before I graduate. Oh my gosh. Well, we're waiting on the next Elder Scrolls, and we're also waiting on Starfield. And I don't know if you saw recently, but there was some leaks for some pictures from Starfield, and my goodness, does it look absolutely breathtaking, and I'm so excited for it. Hi, Chloe. I think we're at a good place in this. Actually, I'm gonna fix her hair in. Actually, this will do. Cause I didn't do so much shine on the top one for their hair, so I'll just dull this one out. actually have her hair a lot. Oh, you know, I added shading to that top one that I forgot. Oh, ban on the bottom ones. Now do your work. I don't want. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna do a really cool shadow on this one over here. Okay. Okay. I'm remembering now. cool. Oh, I don't like on our nose so much. That's better. Dude, she looks terrifying, that middle one. I won't lie, the 3 hours straight, right now, it really only hurts my hips a bit. But that's because my hips have been kind of hurting a little lately from just sitting here too much anyway. I just gotta do some stretches, I'll be okay. The hand is not so bad, it's fine. I want to make boba. Okay, so as I was looking through like Etsy and wherever for some like Christmas gift ideas for my friends, I typed in boba on Etsy just to see what will come up because I was thinking, oh, you know, pin stickers, maybe some cute boba stuff because we all like boba. And people do like boba kits on there where like imagine like a subscription box. So it's like a box that has all the like fixins and things for making your own milk tea at home with boba. So they have like the little bag of pre-made like boba pearls that you just boil or whatever, and then the sugar for them and tells you how to do everything. So cute. I would totally get into subscription service for that. Doesn't that sound cute? Yeah, you do have to cook boba. So it's like, it's the dried, like the rolled, like they already rolled all the tapioca pearls like in a little container. So all you have to do is boil it, and then after it's done boiling, like mix in the sugar so it melts into it, like syrupy, like that. There are trees falling on my house. Nothing that's dangerous, hopefully, but if you hear a thunk, that's what that is. Woo! That was a loud one. Okay, that actually scared me. Alright. Now I'm a little worried. It doesn't taste like regular tea. It has like, I don't know how to explain it. Because the boba, if you have the boba in it, the pearls, because they're with some like brown sugar, like syrup. Jesus, that's so loud. Oh my gosh. It has like a very caramely kind of toasted taste to it. And then if you have like half and half or whole milk in there, it's just like really creamy. And every like boba tea shop, like if you go to a nice one, they have like their own house milk tea. So it always tastes good. I love Thai, or rose. So those are the ones I'll usually go for. But I've never made it myself. But I don't think it's too complicated, especially if I got the kit. So they've already like half the work for me. If you're gonna do homemade pearls and getting like fresh, you know, somewhat fresh homemade pearls from somebody in a subscription box sounds awesome. Oh, thanks, Masho. I'm like amazed that I'm half able to do this. I mean, it looks kind of sloppy, but you know, it gets the idea across. I don't think I could do like a really serious commission thing on stream very easily and be able to talk at the same time because I want to focus, but this is fine. This is just fun stuff. Someone said snow. If they don't like snow, do you talk about like real snow, or did someone mention like snow the like the that you can eat? That's like the shaved ice that's like super soft like snow. Hi, Chloe. Are you not sleeping? Oh no, someone downstairs street fell in their house. Not clickbait. Oh my gosh, that'll be my my next title. Sleepy, weren't you going to sleep? I kind of want to get this lighter color. Do you see this almost looks blue in here, but it's actually like a gray orange? Interesting, right? Color theory, man. I don't like the snow that falls from the sky, makes everything cold and frozen. I don't blame you. I like visiting it, but I don't think I could live with it. That just sounds like extra work, and I don't like doing that. All right. Oh boy. This is a part of me that after I do this, oops, I don't have a buckle on this side. Why did I do it on this one? Where I'm like thinking about customers that'll come in and be like, I want it just like that. And I'll be like, oh, are they the same kind of personality? And then they'll be like, no. And they'll describe a different personality, but they still like the way this face looks for it. So I'm thinking about that now as I post it. I can't wait to draw some ugly faces on people. Dude, her teeth in the middle look really good. And it's really sloppy up close. Like, look at that. I wouldn't even say the top teeth look good. They're not straight, which is fine. They should be crooked. But I don't think we should be seeing this tooth so much, actually. That looks better. Oh, looks fun. Hi, Justin Blueberry. You're just in time to see the finished result, because I'm probably gonna head off now for a little bit, or for the day. It is sloppy. It's okay. Actually, it's not too bad. I'd probably call this done. But like, once again, this canvas is pretty small. Like, this is 100%, so it's not super large or anything. I guess the best way to advertise this, though, would be to have her... like so, maybe? Actually, I could just do 4 like this. It's sloppy for me, because I just literally, you know, strung together a few colors to look good. I could clean up a little bit more for, like, a commission, but for where it is now for this, it's fine. I'm pretty happy. Like, haphazard. Like, I wasn't super careful. You totally could. Don't say never. I highly recommend getting a small mirror for your desk and doing faces in it and then just drawing what you see. All the lines and creases. And even though it's going to look really rough at first, if you stick with it and you like soften up all the lines to be like colors instead of the harsh dark lines, it makes it look way softer and it looks more natural. And when we do a request stream on Friday, hello, four wire. I'll see what I'm gonna do, because I might do maybe portraits or something. I don't know. Art school doesn't really teach you, and more shows you technique. You know, it does. It depends on the classes, obviously, and the professors and how they want to teach. Like getting you comfortable with mediums and like techniques and everything is really important. And like I said before, I think, oh, hi cuties, I seen you. Like getting comfortable with a bunch of different mediums and like we were saying sculpting earlier, like learning how to sculpt a face. I'm terrible at it. Like I'm god awful at it, but I still learned so much from that to like incorporate into drawing faces. So you know, it's important to learn all of those things because they do reflect everywhere else. But I think it's also one of those things where it's like you have to know how to absorb that information that way, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna repeat it when the stream ends. I'm gonna like your Insta post because I probably missed a lot. I love your drawings. It's okay, and I'm gonna follow you back on there as soon as I'm done with this too. It reminds me of the Spider-Man into the spider. That is the sweetest compliment you could ever say. Oh my gosh, thank you. But I'm not gonna say I agree because I don't think I do. But that's so sweet. I can't type today. That's how I'm speaking. I can barely speak today. You've heard me. And hi, Natalie. Oh wait, you've been here. You said evening to somebody, to Cutie. All right, I need to get off. I need to finish my food and post this and figure everything else out. I'm gonna make a post on Twitter for commissions stuff pretty soon after I like reorganize. But yeah, other than that, I will be on a Friday. So I'll see you guys then. All right, have a nice evening, guys. Bye. I won't forget you, I promise. Bye.